love starting the morning off with construction. Good morning, everyone. It's the next day, and we're chasing that next dollar. So I didn't film the last drop-off at Menards because I was kind of in a rush. I received my pre-plan for this next load that we're on now. I just wanted to get in and out, and I was running low on hours. So we made it all the way to Gary, Indiana. I stopped at the Petro over on Grant. I could have went to our home terminal. It was only 10 minutes away, but our terminal is right next to train tracks, and every morning there's like a dozen freight trains that roll through. I didn't want to, risk catching that train. It's very frustrating. One time it actually stopped in the middle of the tracks, blocking the street, and it stopped there for an hour. Once you start your clock, you can't take it back. I didn't want to, take the chance of wasting time waiting on a train, because we are running on recaps now. So every second counts. We're going to Rensselaer. I think that's how you say it, Rensselaer, Indiana. And we're taking a load about 40 miles northeast of Baltimore, Maryland. We're going to a gypsum place. I call it drywall. A lot of places call it gypsum. I don't know if there's a difference. All I know is it's my next load and it's paying the bills. I've been there once before. I don't think I'm picking up actual drywall. It's usually the materials that plants use to make the drywall. I was there last month. The place we're going to is called National Gypsum, and then the place we're delivering to, I forgot the name, but it had the word gypsum in it too. So I don't think we're hauling drywall. Like I said, it's probably just the material to make it. Be my guess. As far as we could comfortably last night. I got to the Petro with about 30 minutes left on my clock, and it was there in rush hour. I probably could have went a little further, but traffic was kind of bad, so I didn't want to risk going into violation, so I just shut down. Your goal is always get as close as you can the night before. If you shut down early, it's still going to take you the same amount of time to get there the next day. But now you're eating into your clock for the next day. So if I stop with 3 hours left on my clock, that's 3 less hours I'm going to have available the next day. If that makes any sense. Say you stop with 3 hours on your clock and you're 150 miles away. You're going to have to drive that 150 miles the next day while burning up, whatever time you have available. And you could have just gotten there that night got to where you're going loading, unloading, you still have a lot of clock left. The only time I'll shut down early like that is if, like, you know, if I'm in the middle of rush hour and I'm going to make better time the next morning, and if I'm not rushed. We're 42 miles away. Last time I was here, they got me in and out. At least with the loading part. But this load does require a tarp. If I remember correctly, the load was too tall to use my steel tarps. So I'm gonna have to flex my muscles today and use those lumber tarps. Nice view driving into the sunrise. We just got off 65. We're on Highway 114. 10 minutes away. Well, that guy's in a rush. You know, I saw a sign on the highway. It said this gas station has a big sale on extra small condoms. That must be where he's heading.
Alright, all done. So there's stacks of pallets, 2 going side to side. So I got 1 strap going over each stack. So basically 1 every 4 feet. And then in the back I put 3 straps over this last pallet, because I'm going to be driving through some mountains, so I want to do my best to keep this, whatever it is, from falling off while I'm going uphill. 1 was probably enough, but I tend to overdo it. I could have done a cross strap, but I chose to do it this way. Alright, and that's it. Time to get back on the road and go scale and head to Maryland. Alright, back on the interstate. Just finished up the safety check. Straps were all good. Well, I lied. 2 of them strapped. 2 of the straps were a little loose, but that happens. No big deal. And then we scaled. We're technically legal, and I say technically because our gross was at 78,000, and drive axle and trailer axles were fine. The steer axles are 20 pounds over. Next weigh station is going to be in about 150 miles, so I'll burn that off in fuel. It's 20 pounds by the time I get there. Then in, I believe Indiana gives you like a 400-pound leeway, so we're good. And that's at just over 3/4 of a tank. So I'll have to be mindful of that when I fuel up. We have a scheduled fuel stop in just over 500 miles from now. But I know the truck, every quarter tank is 40 gallons. Multiply that by 7. As long as I don't go over, I'll be fine. I have about 8 hours, no, 8.5 hours left drive time for today. Remember, we're running on recaps. Oh, butterfly, damn. Nothing you can do about that. So I'm not sure how far we're going to get yet. We'll see how traffic is. We're going to go through Indianapolis and Columbus. Definitely make it well into Ohio today. And our delivery is scheduled for 1 p.m. tomorrow. That's East Coast, so we're going to lose an hour. See some photography potential here with these windmills. You come here early in the morning right after the sun rises, and the way the sun reflects off the top of this corn over here, you're going to make for a real nice image with the windmills in the background. There is a truck stop around here, or a rest area I mean, I've been to a couple times, but it's not the same view that I'm getting right here. So if I do come back here, I probably have to come back in my car find a place along one of these local highways here. It's about a 2.5 hour drive from home. So one day. So we're not hauling drywall, which I suspect that we're hauling the material to make the drywall. Which is fine with me, because drywall, you have to be real careful the way you strap it down. If you go too tight, you're going to break it. Another butterfly. Oh, we missed it. Good. Yeah, I would like to one day make a calendar with all my photos. Hand them out to family and friends, just for fun. I would like to have each photo appropriate to that month. I am lacking winter photography right now. I got a whole lot of summer and fall, but no winter. About 3 for December, 1 for January, and 1 for February. It's got a nice brand new tarp. Just like that, I had nothing else to talk about. Maybe we'll do a little time lapse as I go through Indianapolis. To be continued. Well, we just finished a safety check. We are on I-70 now, about 50 miles from the Indiana-Ohio border. And what do you know? Look, more farms. I also did my 30-minute break too. Construction today. You get to these construction zones and then you go 5 miles and then you get to another one. Filthy. Sorry. I haven't stopped at any fuel gas stations today, so I haven't had a chance to give the window a good cleaning. So we didn't go through Indianapolis. Wanted to save some time, so I went around it and took 465. According to the map, I am in Knightstown, Indiana. Cops are out today. There's an unmarked. I don't understand why right now the speed limit is only 55. There's nothing going on right here. Hoping to at least try and get another 300 miles in. There's 6 hours left. I don't know. The goal should be at least 250. Wake up early and haul ass to our destination. Still have 600 miles to go to the receiver. We'll be with 350 miles of driving tomorrow. See it. And we're gonna have a lot of hills and mountains to deal with tomorrow. So that'll be fun. A lot of time when you drive through those mountains. Especially when you're going uphill. The speed limit will be 65, 70, and I can only do 30, 35. Depending how steep it is, because I am heavy. 78,000 pounds. prepare to stop in 13 miles. Huh. Alrighty, I'm prepared. Eyes are glued to the road.